Are the weekly dividend ETFs even worth holding? That is the question that I am trying to answer with this challenge where I put $100 into each of them and I track their progress. I do video updates every single week so you guys never miss out on the dividends paid out, on the price appreciation or depreciation, because some of these funds are deeply in the red, and everything in between. News, as well as the new ETFs that are consistently being pumped out by both RoundHill and YieldMax. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, and we have a new top performer in the account and a new weekly payer as well, which I hope you guys are ready for. As always, I really appreciate you guys for watching my videos. I hope they're entertaining and they're educational. If you like this style of content, if you enjoy dividends, stock market income, making money, you're in the right spot. Don't forget to like the video and to subscribe. Helps me know to make more content just like this for you guys. Now, we need to get into it because I'm really, really excited about this week's update. But first, let's roll that intro. There is so much to talk about, but I need to move quickly because I don't like these videos to get too long. So, starting, I will be buying the new weekly payer, ticker WEEK, very, very soon. It already is out. It paid its first dividend. I'm just waiting for the money to transfer into the account. You guys know I am not rich by any means, so coming up with all of this money to invest for, I mean, it's for me too. It's not just for you guys. Just to invest and see how these things do can be tough, but I will be buying that as soon as the money is finally transferred in. I didn't want to buy two parts of it yet. I'm just going to buy the full $100 worth once we get that money. Now, next, our weekly pay account, which is why we're up to $1,700. We're really down about $37 in this account, in the weekly dividend ETFs account since like the inception of them. We're down $37, which is not bad considering how red it is on this page. We have the new weekly pay account, which I'll link the video at the end of this one for those interested. Those ones are really different than these, so I'm keeping the accounts separate. But the WEEK is more similar to these, so it's going in this account once I get the money. Next, I bought ULTY. It's been doing crazy. We're going to talk about it a little bit, but if you want info on the new weekly payer WEEK, I'll be putting out a video this week sometime, and so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. So I think I've caught absolutely everything up. No, there's a few more things. We're going to look at each stock. We're going to go over just the price quickly, the dividend yield, the AUM, see how it's been performing. And then at the end, I'm going to throw all the data into our dividend tracking spreadsheet. It's available in the Tier 3 channel memberships for those of you that are interested. It's really useful for tracking your own dividends, your own income, and you also get all the historical data from this account, from the YieldMax accounts, everything. Last announcement, I'm really, really happy with how Moomoo has been. If you guys haven't used Moomoo, there's a link down below. You get a bunch of free bonuses when you sign up with my account link, and I'm really excited. You guys, I've had, I think, 9 of you guys sign up using it. Let me know what you think about it down below. They're the first ones I've seen get the weekly payers on them. I really think it's actually worth it. I've been trading on a couple other platforms, and I'm not trying to bash other platforms, but I get really frustrated sometimes, and Moomoo so far has been flawless. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong with it. It takes a little bit of time to get the cash in there, but that's the only flaw that I've had. It could take a couple days compared to, I think, Robinhood has instant deposit for a certain amount of money. So, Moomoo, if you're listening, think about adding that because that would make you 100% the perfect brokerage account. Anyways, let's jump into our data and see exactly what has made us the most money, what has lost us the most money with our weekly dividend ETF account. Now, everything seems to bounce back a little bit. We were red on almost every position more last week than this week, which is also why I'm so excited. Plus, my sweet treats that I had, sugar load, you know. Anyway, so we have IWMY. We have 3 shares. We have an average cost of $34.61 and a current price of $27.04. It is up a little bit from last week, but we still have a lot of red. We're down 21.86%. And wow, I just keep thinking the more I get in this weekly dividend account, the longer these updates are going to be. They're going to be like an hour and a half at one point. We'll see. I hope not. I mean, I do hope because I hope they keep kicking out more and more. But we finally had a little bit of a rebound from IWMY. I'm guessing it was mostly on Friday because we had a really good day Friday, or at least I did in my account. It jumped up quite a bit, which I was really happy about. We see an AUM of 104 million, so it is up, and a dividend yield of 103%, which is absolutely insane. You guys know that the yield continues to rise as the stock price falls, meaning we've been trading around 100% yield the entire time. So the yield has been falling slightly. The dividends have been getting lower. The yield has just remained kind of constant, which you don't want to see. We want to see the dividend yield remain constant and the price remain constant, right? That's income investing to the T. But we can look at the last couple of distributions from IWMY. It usually has been our worst performer, so I'm curious to see how it pans out. It was even better than QQQY at 1 week, but besides that, it has been the worst performer in the account since the beginning. So we had 26.9 cents, we had 25.7 cents, we had 28.26 cents, and we had 32.87 cents. Now, I will say, another reason I'm really pumped this week, all of the distributions, except for like one, were really good. We had some insane payouts. I'm not sure if it's because volatility last week was all over the place. I'm not sure if it's because we saw a little bit of a rebound, but we've had some really good distributions, and I'm really excited to show you guys all of that and more. So solid 32. We haven't been over the 30s in a couple weeks now. So very good. Very nicely done, IWMY. Let's keep that trend going. Boom. Bounce back up, because I don't like being down from $41 to $27. It's not good for anybody, especially my health. So my stress. Anyways, I know some of you guys don't like the Defiance funds. I have a new video out on SPYT, which is my absolute favorite Defiance fund. But the weekly payers just haven't been performing as well. So I really am hoping we see a rebound, and I'm hoping we don't see more and more reverse splits like we have in the past, because that would really be a bummer. Let's check out the next ETF by Defiance, QQQY. Barely outperforming IWMY. We're down 20%. We have an average cost of $34.37 and a current price of $27.50. So not great. Not great for one that normally does better. We again see a little bit of a bounce. Man, look at this. The last couple of weeks have just shredded everything. Absolutely everything. Wow. Disappointing to see, but I'm hoping we can get a good rebound in here. We see AUM of 135 million. We have a dividend yield of almost 84%. That, again, that has also been pretty constant for quite a while. Checking into the last couple of dividends, we see we had just under 20 cents again. We had 21.5 cents and now 29.5 cents. Like, where are these distributions coming from? I'm so excited, because like, we haven't seen this since January. Well done. Well done. And it is making a really big impact on the total returns. I will say that. They are beaten down. A lot of them are in the red, but these high distributions might just fix it. So let's jump into my favorite weekly payer by Defiance, which is ticker WDTE. If this is your first time watching this video series, WDTE has been one of my favorites because it's very consistent, believe it or not, even though it is down 11.5%. We have 2 shares, an average cost of $42.18 and a current price of $37.30. But look at this. It's significantly more consistent than the other Defiance funds. Yes, it's still beaten down, but down $7 versus what? $15 compared to the others? Something to know. Now, this last couple of weeks really have shredded it. It was still barely positive, I think, 2 weeks ago. So I'm not sure how it's going to do. We need a really solid dividend to really make this thing perform well. We have a low AUM of 67 million and a dividend yield of 52.4%. One thing that is really interesting to me is the AUM is significantly lower than both IWMY and QQQY, but the total return is better. So I think people are investing their money wrong. And now, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. It's all entertainment and educational purposes only. Do I talk faster when I have a lot of sugar in me? I probably do. But I think WDTE gets kind of swept under the rug a little bit. You know, it's really interesting to me to see that all these other ones are talked about more on Twitter, on social media. Follow me on Twitter. But still, it's just, this one's just kind of a sleeper. You know, it does well. It does consistent dividends. But I mean, let's see. We need a big dividend. Come on. We have 23.5 cents. We have 23 cents. We have 22.5 cents. 33 cents. There's no way. Have we ever had a 33-cent dividend? I don't think we had 28, 33. November 14 was the last time we had a dividend of this size. Absolutely insane. WDTE, I wonder if it's going to be like the highest dividend of the week or something like that, because that's pretty crazy. Now, one thing to note, when I pull everything up on here, this is dividends per 1 share. When I pull it up on the spreadsheet, it's per $100 invested. It gets a little bit confusing, but that's a really key factor. But wow. Very well done. Big fan of WDTE. Keep going. I hope we are positive. I think we are positive on this one now, which is insane because the markets have been so ugly. But this one might be one of the easiest ones to bounce back. Who knows? Let's jump into our next set of dividend ETFs that pay every single week from RoundHill, starting with the biggest loser, RDTE. Before we jump in, I want to say we surpassed 9,000 subscribers, which I'm going to be honest, blows my mind, you guys. It blows my mind. My goal was to hit like 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and we're at like 9,000. So I'm going to have to up my goal. You guys have been so supportive, so amazing. So I just want to say thank you. That's it. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you guys so much, from your constructive criticism to your nice comments. Everyone is so nice to me, and it's just really weird for little introverted me to be thinking about 9,000 people looking at my channel and wanting to watch. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys so much. Okay, enough of the sad, sobby stuff. RDTE. We are down 15.28% on our 3 shares, average cost of $44.36 and a current price of $37.58. Oof, it's been rough. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, look at this. It's just a terrible chart, but it is slowly bouncing back up. Let's see if this dividend for this week has been good. We have an AUM of 150 million and a dividend yield of 20%, which is factoring in just since it started trading and paying out weekly, which was what? Not even close to a year, September 10th. So we have some time to make up before we're really going to see the actual dividend yield. I think it's more in the 30s to 40s, but only time will tell. I am again surprised that the AUM is 150 million, WDTE 67 million, even though it's outperformed RDTE nearly since the beginning. There was a period here where RDTE went a little bit viral, I think, on social media. Everybody talking about it, everyone buying in, and it ran up, and it was like one of the best performers in the account, and then it sold off. Last couple of distributions, we have 20 cents, we have 19 cents, we have 15 cents, and 30 cents again. Like, what is going on? There's something happening that is just making these things go nuts. When's the last time we saw 30-cent dividend? 27, we were close. 37 was January 16. It's been months since we saw that. 2 months. Insane. I'm really happy with that. I like RDTE. It is one of the only 5 that I own in my Roth IRA. So I want it to rebound. Please rebound so I can retire one day. Like, please. And I know you guys are probably thinking the same thing. Even if you're not close to retiring, I'm not close to retiring. But I want to be. And I know we all want to be. Come on. No one wants to work anymore. So pretty insane. Happy with RDTE. Let's jump into our one of the most popular by far, ticker QDTE. All right, we're making a good pace. QDTE is down 14.7%. It has not rebounded as well as RDTE has. I am not happy about that. This is a really popular one. It's one of the first ones I bought in my retirement account. We have an average cost for our 3 shares of $42.39 and a current price of $36.16. So what's going on, QDTE? We're rebounding a little bit, but just not enough. AUM of 705 million. I can't remember what it was last time. I think at the high it was almost 800 million. So we're down a little bit from the all-time highs, but I think it's still growing quite a bit. We haven't had crazy amounts of volume. This is the volume down here. We had our crazy red day, and then it kind of bounced around a little bit. So only time will tell. We have a dividend yield of 43%, which is absolutely insane. But when we factor in the NAV erosion of being down 15%, you're still getting a 25% return. Like, we can't complain about that, right? That's pretty insane. It's pretty insane. So QDTE last 4 distributions. We had 24.5 cents. We had 26 cents. We had 15 cents. Moment of truth. Drum roll. 23 cents. All right. All right. So I guess QDTE didn't get the memo. It's not bad. It's not bad. We're above the 20 cent, which I like to see. I don't like it to get lower than 20, but it's not outstanding like the rest that we've seen. I guess maybe RDTE is the outlier. Maybe not everything's going to run like crazy, but some of these are. There is another one that's really disappointing, actually, that I think you guys are going to be surprised about, which we'll get to in just a minute. But next, let's jump into one of my favorites, one of the ones that's been holding up the best in the account, even on these crazy red days, ticker XDTE. Only down 8%. It is the second best performer in the account. Just total unrealized profit loss. Pretty insane. Pretty insane. We have an average cost of $50.91 and a current price of $46.75. Now, there is something I need to note. We did buy an extra share of XDTE about a week, 2 weeks ago. And so that pulled the average cost down quite a bit because it was trading for a bit lower. And we kind of bought in at a good time. So just think about that. That's why it is performing so well, even though I do love XDTE. I want to be transparent with you guys because when did I even buy? It's not popping up on here. Here it is. Yeah, we bought March 3. It still fell pretty heavily from then. So anyways, maybe I can't even say that. The 1-year chart on XDTE is really, really ugly. Now, I like that it was trading sideways. I was pumped. Then we had a bad day, and now boom, it's been tough. But still, I just like it. I like it. I think it does pretty well. Look at how you can move all this stuff around. I'm not trying to fanboy crazy about Moo, but I learn more and more stuff every time I log on here. But still, we're bouncing back a little bit. I like that we did buy a share when it was cheaper. It's still in the negative, but who knows? We have an AUM of 398 million. I think it's slightly down, or I can't remember if it's up or down. You guys should think about the amount of numbers I have going on in my head on any given day, trying to track 14 different ETFs that all pay every single week and their AUMs and their dividend yields. But I love it. And I do it for you guys and for me as well, because I want to make money too. Okay, I'll be honest, guys. Don't think that I'm just like some nice guy doing this for you guys. I want to make money. That's the thing. I'm transparent with this because that's what I would want to see on YouTube. I like it when people are transparent about the money made and lost, and that's the whole point. So people are like, oh, you're so nice, and I do appreciate that. I'll take it a little bit. Maybe I can be nice sometimes, but this is also for me. It's for all of us. You can call me a nice guy in the comments if you want to. I'll accept it. Anyways, dividend yield, 28%. Typically, the way I look at XDTE versus QDTE. XDTE, the price holds up better. QDTE, you have higher dividends. And so they kind of usually factor into the total return, and I would say QDTE wins more often than not. But in these markets, I think XDTE is going to outperform like it did last week, just because the price is not down 15%. It's held 50% more value than QDTE. So impressive, to say the least. Not a lot of volume still. Last couple distributions, let's see if we got a crazy big one. Come on. We had 22 cents, we had 20 cents, we had 14 cents low, and 24. Let's go. It's not super high, but it's the highest that we've had since January 30. So they got the memo. It's good enough. I'll take it. It's more than good enough. It's pretty solid. XDTE, well done. Let's jump into our newest fund by RoundHill, the Bitcoin ETF that pays every single week, YBTC. Bitcoin has been plummeting, so I'm not sure how this one's going to return in the next couple of months. It's been rough. We're down 11.8%, but again, oh man, I'm going to have to start pointing out the ones that I've owned since the beginning, because we only had 8 in the beginning. So YBTC is a newer purchase, so it's actually doing a lot worse than others, which is a bit of a bummer. We have 2 shares, $48.75 a share, and the current price is $43 flat. Whew. The sugar is still working for me. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's definitely still working for me. All right, here's where it switched to paying weekly, which was amazing. You can see the volume jump. Absolutely crazy how much the volume went up at this time, because everyone wants to buy into the weekly payers. And I love that's why RoundHill and that's why YieldMax are listening. That's why they're going, okay, we'll make this a weekly payer. ULTY, weekly payer, because everyone wants it. And guess what? The volume probably went up. We'll have to check, but we'll see. YBTC, AUM 135 million and a 58.76% dividend yield, almost a 59% dividend yield, which is why this thing is super popular. And one thing I do want to talk about, the price return was really solid when Bitcoin went nuts. If you had bought in on an average of $41, you could have sold near 60 and made a killer profit, plus the dividends all the way up. And that's why some of these funds are hard to track. Same thing with like MSTY by YieldMax. It can go from $20 to $50 easily, but then you have funds like CONY and TSLY that don't really recoup their losses that quickly. It just depends, I'm guessing, on the underlying stock more than anything. So Bitcoin, a lot of volatility. It makes for good dividends, and it makes for some decent price appreciation. Last couple of distributions, we had 28 cents, we had 23 cents, 24.5 cents, and moment of truth, come on, YBTC, 32. This is crazy. When was the last time we had a 56-cent dividend? So that was in February. So 32, it's still good, but this one just has been pumping out some wild dividends, and I'm here for it. I'm happy about it. I know that there's some people that prefer like BITO, or what is it? There's another one that I can't even remember. YBTC is this one? I don't remember. There's so many of these in my head right now, I can't even tell you. But still, it's been doing good. Let's jump into our YieldMax ETFs. We have so many to cover now. It's absolutely insane. So I have to get started. The only green in the account, and you guys know I love green. We can see our 16 shares, average cost of $6.34 and a current price of $6.64. We're up 4.73%. Should I sell it all now and take my profit? Let me know. Holy smokes, this chart is ugly, but there's light at the end of the tunnel. This was when it was trading monthly or distributing monthly, not weekly. Since going weekly, we'll zoom in here a little bit. Right here. They announced the switch. It rebounded a little bit. They made a really good time to switch because the market was just going absolutely crazy downwards. And so it kind of boosted it a little bit. Here's our buy. And so it's a little bit above, which is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Pumped to see it. We also have our distributions, which is great. We've had 2 payout. I don't even know if these are the weeklies yet. Looks like the second one is, but we'll look at it. We have an AUM of 222 million, which is very large. Larger than YBTC, larger than quite a few of the others, which surprises me. And I'm guessing it's not even recent because look at the volume. The volume has not skyrocketed like I was anticipating, like YBTC's did. We have a dividend yield of 160.82%, the highest dividend, which is because the price has just been falling absolutely like mad. So again, I love that Moomoo has the buys right here. And yeah, it's not looking too bad by any means. The last 2 distributions, this one, we had 46.5 cents, and then we had 10 cents. So I'm guessing this last one was the final monthly payer, and now we're into the weeklies. If not, we just dropped an insane amount with our distributions. Who knows? Only time will tell. You guys know my rules. I have to watch it for a couple weeks. Then we'll get a baseline for what it does pay out. But the thing is because we do have 16 shares, 10 cents per share gets us quite a bit of money paid out. It will be the highest paying. It is the highest paying that I've gotten, the highest payment I've gotten this week. So I'm very happy about that. If it can keep that up, even if it's paying 10 cents and it doesn't seem like a lot, you can buy a lot more because it's $6. So really, really happy. Pumped to add this one to the account. Super, super cool. I hope it keeps trading well, and I hope we see some rebounding for sure. Let's jump into our other fairly new YieldMax ETF, SDTY. Okay, here's the thing. For whatever reason, ULTY can have drip on. Do I put drip on? YMAG and YMAX are the only ones that have drip on currently. Let me know what you guys think. I didn't know that I could, and I just checked on Moomoo, and you can. So vote in the comments. I'll do whatever the majority of the comments want. That took me 1,000 years to say. So let me know. Drip on for ULTY or leave it and reinvest into other things. Let me know. Next, SDTY. This is the first 0 DTE option ETF by YieldMax, which is really, really interesting. They're trying to compete with RoundHill, of course. They're down 6.22%. Not bad at all. It just jumped in the after hours because it's now better than XDTE, which is very, very interesting. We can see we paid $50.46 per share, 2 shares, and a current price is $47.32. I wonder if this thing paid a massive dividend. We'll see if the YieldMaxes were all paying some crazy dividends as well. I'm not sure if that was just a Defiance thing. Okay. We have an AUM of 9.25 million, very small. And not a lot of people are buying into these ETFs because the market is tanking. I will say that. I think that's why. Maybe people don't like this. Maybe they are waiting to see how it performs. But I imagine it's mostly because of the red market that we are seeing. The dividend yield, we don't even know yet because it's only paid out 4 dividends so far. But we can track those. So we have 22 cents, we have 19 cents, we have 17 cents, and we have 21. So the second highest dividend that we've seen. Not bad. No complaints. There's not a lot to talk about. I hope this thing rebounds. It's not too beaten down, surprisingly, for being released at a time in the market where everything was absolutely blood red. So we'll see. Hopefully it will climb. And let's jump into our other ones. This one, here we're getting into the really poor performers, and I'm a little bit devastated. LFGY. Wow. We are down 26.73%, the worst performer in the account just based off unrealized profit and loss. So disappointing. I will say I was pumped about this one and GPTY, and they're both getting absolutely destroyed. So we can see we're down. Oh man, I can't even believe it. Down from our average cost. We bought in at $52.98. Currently it's trading for $38.82. We have 2 shares. Holy smokes. Market value is under $80. And it was over 100. Was it really over 100? It was. So 106. What are you going to do? All right. We can see that we had an AUM of just under 70 million and the dividend yield, which isn't really true yet. The price is not bad. I mean, if I was going to buy in my personal account, I would probably be looking around sometime where it kind of consolidates a little bit. I don't know if you guys like looking at the charts to buy. I usually do just to feel better about whatever I'm going to do anyway. It's definitely some confirmation bias where I'll figure a way to make it in my favor. Oh, it's beaten down. It's going to go back up. Oh, it's really high. It's going to keep going back up. Those are the thoughts that go in my head when I buy a stock. It almost always does the opposite of both of those thoughts. So LFGY, a little bit disappointed, but come on. Maybe we had a crazy dividend. We had last 4, 57 cents, 54 cents, 46 cents, 41 cents. It just keeps dropping. Oh my gosh. What is going on? How are you continuing to drop your dividend and your price? Should be a Defiance fund. I like Defiance. Don't, you know, I rag on them, but I do like it. So all in all, LFGY is the biggest loser that I've seen so far. I'm not happy about it one bit, and I'm not touching this in my actual account anytime soon. Anytime soon. Let's see if GPTY is any better. I have no idea if I'm on track or not. I lost track of time like 20 minutes ago. Average cost for LFGY, it's $50.07 and a current price of $41.70. We are down 16.72% on our 2 shares. Come on, GPTY. If you don't have a good dividend, I'm going to lose it. AUM of 20 million. Very small. Very, very small. The only one smaller, I think, is what? SDTY and I don't know. I think there's another one that's pretty small. Dividend yield, not important yet. We did buy at the peak of the market. So if you ever want to learn how to not trade, oh my gosh. Boom. Brilliant idea. I'm going to make a course on trading, but instead of listening to what I say, just do the opposite and you will make money. It's going to be $1 million. All right, last couple of dividends. It'll make you like 500 million. So don't complain the price. Oh, $1 million's too much money. We're all super rich, aren't we? All right, I'm getting so sidetracked. Last couple dividends, we had 32.5 cents. We had 31 cents. We had 31 cents and 28 cents. So again, it's slowly falling. Not nearly as much of a drop as ticker LFGY, which I will point out how angry I am about it when we pull up the dividends in the spreadsheet, because it's pretty crazy how fast that dividend is dropping. It's terrible. It really is terrible. GPTY, not pumped. Come on. Little more. We can do this. I am curious how it's performing overall, though. All right. Some fan favorites. You guys know the 2 that everyone loves. Let's start with YMAG and see how this one has been performing. Down 19.24%. What is happening? We have an average cost of $19.07 and a current price of $15.40. Now, we do have drip on for YMAG and YMAX, like I stated, and we're almost to our extra share for both of them, which is really exciting. The only pro to the prices being so low is we're getting some insane price drops, which means we're getting some insanely low purchases, which I love. I do love that, I will say. You know, there is some pros to the market being super ugly. All right, we can see the buys all the way down. We're dollar cost averaging. I wish I was just buying all these down here and didn't buy up here, but, you know, if only. We have an AUM of 310, almost 311 million, and a dividend yield of 48%, which is really, really high. I do hope that we see this thing kind of shape up a little bit. I mean, it kind of bounced slightly, but we're still like at all-time lows, pretty far down all-time lows too, but we haven't seen anything in this like this market for a long time. I'm not going to say decades, but it's been a year at least. So YMAG does have some bounce back potential. Let's hope we had some crazy dividends. Let's see. We had 13.5 cents. We had 17.5 cents, 15 cents, and 14.5 cents. So not bad. The weird thing is we're supposed to get a really small dividend here from YMAG, and we didn't. Because what? Isn't it every third? 1, 2, 3, boom. So maybe it was actually a really good week, and we just didn't get the full payments. Because again, YMAG, oh my gosh, putting me to the test. Magnificent 7 stocks. Apple, Amazon, Meta, Google, Nvidia, Tesla. Oh, come on. Microsoft. Let's go. I can never get all 7. So those are your magnificent 7 large stocks that are in the account. And I mean, they cycle. So we might have just had one really low dividend from just Microsoft because the calendar way that it pays out is different. I've talked about it in a lot of videos, and it's kind of confusing if you don't really understand it, and I'm not very good at explaining it. So sorry about that, but pretty solid still, despite I think it being the bad week. So let's jump into our next, the fan favorite. Let's see if it is the largest that we have in the account based on AUM. This week, it always competes with QDTE. Yes, I'm talking about YMAX. Could be worse. Could definitely be worse. Maybe the sugar's wearing off. AUM 739, almost 740 million. Absolutely insane. The largest in the account. YMAX is the most popular. I think every video I do on YMAX does relatively well. So that's how I gauge if it's popular or not, which is probably not the best way to do it. We have a dividend yield of almost 60%. And again, like YMAG, we are buying down all the time with our dollar cost averaging. Can't complain about that one bit. All right. Couple dividends. Let's see. Better dividend. I think we had a low one last week, so I'm hoping for a good one. Volume's been very, very solid as well. We had 18.5 cents. We had 13 cents. We had 24 cents. No, last week was really solid. And we have 10 cents. Really low. Come on. What is going on? 10 cents? Have we ever had a 10-cent dividend from YieldMax? I mean, January 16, but we had whatever. All right. All right. I think it's still in the green, though, which is absolutely insane. We bounced back a little bit. This was the only one in the green last week, so I can't complain about YieldMax. It's been doing really well given all these circumstances. You know what we're going to do now? We're going to check out the dividend spreadsheet. Let's see what has made the most money. I'm almost out of room, and I don't know what I'm going to do when we have week because I can't fit it all. Oh my gosh, can I even fit it all now? I didn't even realize we're not all the way over. Well, we're already here. I'll have to slide. I know. It's a lot to take in. So IWMY paid 99 cents, the best dividend that we have gotten from IWMY since what? Week 5 of November. That's how crazy these dividends are. They're paying out huge amounts, and I love to see it. I love to see it. Same with QQQY, 89 cents. We haven't had a dividend this good since week 4 of January. So not as long, but still very, very solid. WDTE, 66 cents. Crazy. We've been in the 40s. Hasn't paid 66 since November as well. So we are really seeing these things climb. I say this in almost every video. I can't wait till we have like months and months and months and months, maybe even years of dividends tracked on here. It's really fun, and that's why I love the dividend tracking spreadsheet. That's why I think it's so useful, is because you can see what stocks are really growing your dividends. You know, because like with Drip On, you'll see the difference. Like this one's grown from 50 cents a dividend to $1 a dividend in 3 years because I have Drip On, and oh, this one isn't growing as fast. That's what I like to see, and I think it's a really underutilized tool for people that like to track their stuff. And even if you don't use my dividends, right? This is not some crazy sales pitch. If you like it, let me know. But still, like I just recommend everyone track your data, follow up as closely as you can because it is really, really important. QDTE, 70 cents, no complaints, kind of right in the middle. We had XDTE with a really solid dividend of 73 cents, which I love to see. Absolutely wild. We did scoop up an extra share, which is why this one is quite a bit of a jump, but we had a low payment last week, which was a bit of a bummer. RDTE paid 90 cents, the highest that we've seen since mid-November, since mid-January, I should say. And wow. Keep it up, RDTE. Keep bouncing back. I wonder how it's performing overall. I'm really curious to see. I updated all the data, but I didn't look at the total returns yet because I like to be surprised, right? I like to do this. You and me together. We're both going to be surprised. Then we have YMAG, 84 cents. Little bit lower. Not complaining. It's okay. No complaints. Can't really complain. It's doing mid. Then we have YMAX with a low one of 59 cents. Haven't seen one this low for a long time, and I don't know why. If you guys know why YieldMax paid such a low payment, let me know in the comments, please. I will pin the comment that can give the best explanation to it. And also, comments. Guys, I love comments. I love when you talk to me about stuff. I average like 600 comments a month now. And while I would love to respond to everybody, and I promise I will try, it might take some time. I had one video get over 300 comments, and I cannot simply be on my phone the entire time. I have a fiance that needs a lot of attention. I love you, baby. She needs a lot of attention. I have family. I have a lot of stuff going on. I like to make videos as well, not just respond to comments, but I will respond to as many as I can in a timely manner. I appreciate you guys for commenting. The reason I'm saying this, I don't want you guys to think that I don't want to read your comments and respond. I do. I really do. It's just hard when I have to sit down for an hour to respond to all the comments. And sometimes it does take an hour. But again, I appreciate it. Don't let that stop you from commenting. I'll get to it eventually, I hope. And I really do appreciate it. It helps with the engagement on the videos. You guys know this. All the YouTubers talk about it. So I appreciate you guys. That's a long-winded way of saying that. YBTC, we had 65 cents. Very solid, higher than we've seen in a couple weeks. LFGY, 83 cents, bummer. It's not that far off the prior dividend payment, but this thing was paying $1.30 and then $1.15, and now we're under $1, and we're just dropping over and over and over again. If we get to half, like 75, and we're half of what the initial payment was, I'm going to be really bummed because LFGY was always a weekly payer. So it paid $1.50 the first week, and it's fallen off drastically since. All right, time to slide. We have GPTY, 56 cents. Is it our lowest? It is our lowest, but can't really complain. It's a new fund. We'll see how it does. SDTY, 43 cents, a bit higher than last week's. Pretty close to the all-time high of 44, but only 4 dividends so far. And we have ULTY, $1.64. Guys, that's absolutely insane. It's insane. Are you guys not shocked by that? You're not making a surprised face. Anyways, it's just crazy how much it's actually paying out for the number of shares we have because it's such a cheap one. So what we're going to do now, let's jump into our positions tab and see our total return and find out what has paid out the most dividends so far. I tricked you guys. Quick look at the portfolio, the dashboard. We can see March, we've already had $26 in dividends. I do think we're going to have the best month. And again, part of this is because I keep buying more and more of these funds. I bought ULTY. We're going to be buying WEEK. And so that's going to keep going, but we're barely over halfway through the month, and we're looking pretty close to February. I think we're on track for March to be our best month of the last 5-6 months. Positions tab. So you guys know the drill. Here's all the shares I bought, the average cost. For the drip ones, YMAG and YMAX, I have to update them every single week, which is not that big of a deal. But I do update it. I'm saying that mostly to remind myself. Let's slide all the way over. Look at this. Oh, we saw a lot of red. We see everything is not anywhere even near the middle of the 52-week high-low. And that's what this is. It's just kind of blocked out. So we're going to slide all the way over. Why is this blocked out, actually? There we go. Boom. Ouch. It's still hurting, but it's not nearly as bad as what we were looking at on Moomoo. So IWMY, QQQY, only down 3.5% each, nearly. QQQY holding up a little bit better, which is interesting. And WDTE being positive by almost 1%. It's outperforming by 4.5%, some of these other ones. Crazy. QDTE is negative still, but bouncing back ever so slightly. We're only down 0.33%. We have XDTE down 0.8%. This is what really surprised me. How is XDTE still underperforming QDTE being down 8% versus QDTE's 16%? And the one word is high dividends. It's paying out an insane amount of money to counteract the losses, and it's making it more profitable than XDTE, which really does surprise me. Then we have RDTE, which very, very solid, slowly coming back. This one was down well over 7-8%, and now it's down under 4%. We have YMAG down 0.81%. No complaints. Keep coming back. Come on. You got this. You got this. We have YMAX, which is up. Ooh, I'm just used to saying down. It's up 3.43%, better than last week even. Really excited about that. YBTC is bouncing back as well. When you compare this chart to last week's, it's so much better. It's absolutely insane. 5.28% down. Come on, keep coming back up. We need Bitcoin to do a little run. Who knows? We just need some solid dividends as well. Now we're getting into the big losers. LFGY is down 19.17%, which is a lot better than what we looked at on Moomoo, because what even was it down on Moomoo? It's down 26% on Moomoo, down 19% here, 7% difference. We're going to need more than that. GPTY down 13%. What? Down 16% on here? 15. So come on. Start doing better. Start doing better. Maybe I'll buy you. That's the motivation. We have SDTY down 6.81%. Still need some time to settle in. I did buy at the high. You can kind of blame that on me. And then we have ULTY up 5.8%, the biggest winner so far, but it's only been trading. It's only been in the account for 2 weeks, so we can't really hold it up to YMAX. So I will say YMAX is the winner, and ULTY is a special consideration because it is so new, and it paid out a huge dividend. Now, WEEK should hopefully be in here next week, which is going to get really confusing to talk about if I say week, next week, this week, weekly, and the ticker is week, but we'll see. All right, total dividends. Whew, some of these are paying out big time. For $100, YMAX has paid me $23 on a $100 investment. Just think about that. Absolutely nuts. And drip is on, so it is going to continue to grow quite nicely. They should continue to stay at the top. IWMY paying $19, QQQY $17, WDTE $11, but again, it's positive by more than 4% compared to these two. So no complaints. I am okay with less dividends. If you guys don't know this about me, income investing, I love it. I don't like a lot of NAV erosion. I'm more happy with slow income growth. Like, keep making me dividends. I'll keep dripping it. I'll keep making more and more and more compared to ones that pay 100% and then the NAV drops consistently because you have to monitor it. It's more work, and I'm a lazy investor. Then we can see you have QDTE with $18.73. Very, very solid. XDTE, $12.80. Pretty big difference. Nearly a 35% difference between those two in the dividends paid out, which is why QDTE comes out on top. Plain and simple. We have RDTE paying out $17.94. Also pretty crazy because RDTE was bought after XDTE, but it's not truly fair because we bought 3 shares of RDTE versus the 2 of XDTE. So we made more in the dividends. It's just the way it happened. We had $20.5 from YMAG, $23 from YMAX. We have 10 from YBTC, which is crazy because we've owned WDTE for like what, 5-6 months. This is week 24, and we've owned YBTC for a couple months. And so it just pays out a lot of dividends. That's all I'm trying to say. It is pretty crazy. WDTE has a better return, as you guys know. Then we have LFGY with insane dividends. Absolutely insane, but the price drop is also insane, which negates all of them, in my opinion, if you're going to be negative overall. But still, $9 in dividends is pretty crazy. We have $3.73 from ticker GPTY. We have $1.61 from SDTY and $1.64 from ULTY. So again, ULTY in one dividend paid more than SDTY, which has paid us 4 dividends. There's no way it's 4 dividends to compare. 4 to 1. That is insane. That is insane. 1 week of ULTY, I was like, nope, check this out. 4 weeks of SDTY, and cost basis is 100 for both. So absolutely nuts what these are doing. All in all, I'm not bummed. I'm happy that we're making some better returns. We're coming back. We had a great week of some really, really, really solid dividends. It was a good week. I can't even lie to you. It was a good time. We are up on some of these positions. We are down on some of them. But all in all, I think most of them made some good ground over the last week. Now, I appreciate you guys for watching these videos. It's been super fun doing the series, and I'm going to keep doing it. This is by no means me saying I'm going to stop. I really like this one. The weekly pay ETFs are very fun as well, but I am feeling slightly overloaded. I will say there's a lot going on in my life outside of YouTube, but you know, YouTube's my passion, so I'm here regardless. Here's what I'm thinking schedule-wise. I'm going to start doing videos Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I don't like worrying about it on the weekends. I prefer to just use my weekends to film and not worry about posting. And so I might do shorts on the weekends. I'm not really sure, but let me know if that works for you guys. The videos I post on the weekends typically don't do as well. So I will say that. I think people are not on their computers as much, not on watching TV as much, maybe as during the week or weeknights. So let me know if that sounds good. If it doesn't, let me know as well. I'm always happy to adjust. But that's kind of my schedule moving forward. That's what I'm going to try and do. Things will be a little messed up because of the trip to Vegas. So I'm going to try and do my weekly update. I don't know if I'll be able to. I might be late next week, so please forgive me if it comes out on Wednesday and not on Tuesday, because I'm not even getting back until Tuesday night. Maybe I'll be able to do it, but it'll probably come out on Wednesday next week. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate all the support. You guys are phenomenal. I appreciate every single one of you, your kind comments, your kind everything. All the information you've shared with me. I've learned so much from YouTube comments. It's absolutely insane. More than I ever learned from school, let's be honest. Again, a good week in the market. I hope next week is good too. I hope to see these things continue to rebound, and we're going to find out together if they're going to make us or lose us money, and that is the entire point of all this series on this channel. So again, thank you guys so much for your support. I hope you enjoy. If you like this video, check out these other two. We have some good ones that have just dropped about some weekly dividend ETFs, some good stuff on here. So don't forget to check those out as well. Thanks, guys.